What up, everyone? It's the DCEU podcast, man. And in this episode, I got some exciting news. First off, let me just say Happy Wonder Woman Day. Today we celebrate the greatest DC heroine ever. Especially, and if this doesn't change, we get to see her next movie in about 2 months. And let me just start off by saying that, sadly, a majority of the DC movies that were supposed to come out next year and the year before have been pushed back to either the year after or the year after that. But thankfully, we still have Wonder Woman 1984 coming out in December and The Suicide Squad coming out next year. Let's just hope that nothing happens where they will be postponed even further. Both The Flash and Aquaman 2 have been postponed to 2022, while the sequel to Shazam, Fury of the Gods, have been postponed until 2023, and Black Adam has not been announced yet. So yeah, it's very disappointing. Now, a lot of these movies that I was looking forward to, actually I was looking forward to all of them, but especially like The Flash, we'll have to wait an extra year before we can watch them. But on to the main topic. It has been announced that Jared Leto will be returning for the upcoming Justice League movie that will be released on HBO Max, which has been titled Zack Snyder's Justice League. Truth be told, this reveal was spoiled a few months back. We're showing Lego versions of Batman from the Apocalypse Nightmare fighting parademons with Joker's gun and a little Joker card, which hinted that either he was going to use his weapons or that he was going to appear in the movie. But since there wasn't any kind of official statement or anything, it was still a mystery, so I guess it wasn't too big of a spoiler. But I'm excited about Jared Leto's return because in the movie Suicide Squad, we hadn't seen enough Joker. So a lot of the people out there who said that he was terrible as the Joker, it wasn't really much his performance as it was that we haven't seen enough of it to really say for certain. So hopefully this will help change everything. But what I really want to talk about is his role in the film. Because all of the foreshadowings from the previous movies and all of the trailers we've seen, just one, well, if you count the teaser with Wonder Woman that was shown a few months back, all of this is going to focus on Darkseid and the planet he rules, Apocalypse. But since it has been rumored that this will be like a 4-part miniseries, it could be he has a bigger role to play, either before Darkseid's arrival and before Steppenwolf, or maybe it'll be like some flashback sequences, like showing him killing Robin, because in Batman vs. Superman, we do see Robin's suit with "haha, joke's on you," which obviously hints as the Joker had killed Robin, just like the Death in the Family story. Although months prior, it was confirmed that it was Dick Grayson's Robin and not Jason Todd. I mean, it's not uncommon for comic book movies to alter the story a little bit, but this will probably give us some insight like how that happened. Like I said, comic book movies change in the comic stories, so it may not be the same as it was in the Death in the Family novel, or maybe it will. We'll have to wait and see. Watching Jared Leto's Joker, he might play a role in helping the Justice League take on Darkseid or Steppenwolf when they show up, or maybe we'll get a cameo of him in Arkham Asylum when Deathstroke comes to break Lex Luthor out of it, because it was confirmed that we will get to see that, since in the original theatrical cut, it only showed that Lex Luthor escaped Arkham and was hiring Deathstroke to be part of the Injustice League, but we never see like how that happened. So, we'll get that. But with Jared Leto's return and his Joker's appearing in Zack Snyder's Justice League, then more than likely we may see Harley Quinn, and that may show us like how she and the Joker broke up for Birds of Prey, although that could be like an altered storyline, like with the original theatrical cut of Justice League. Or, like we saw in the beginning of the trailer to the Justice League Snyder Cut, when we saw that Joker card flying, maybe it'll be like in the future, there'll be a flashback where it shows him and other DC villains fighting back against the Parademons and Darkseid's generals. Kind of like in the Justice League Dark Apocalypse movie, where it showed the Suicide Squad fighting the Parademon Doomsday hybrids. So that would be interesting, seeing him use his iconic weapons and gadgets against alien invaders, aka parademons, and seeing like how the other villains probably fared, even though more likely, given the state of their future, it didn't end well for any of them. And with that being the case, you might see like other members of the Suicide Squad showing up too, since the Suicide Squad is said to be a reboot instead of a sequel to it. So my expectations for Jared Leto's Joker are pretty high now that we have a second chance at seeing him and his performance as the Clown Prince of Crime. All of our opinions may change, and actually like his performance. I mean, from what little I saw, I thought it was pretty good, but, not enough to say. It'll probably be when Joker killed Robin, showing how Batman became like the more badass hero he is now, instead of being a more philosophical one who chooses not to kill. Since in Batman vs Superman, he started to use like various guns and other weapons that couldn't really kill people. And a lot of times we've seen in the comics that Batman is one of the heroes who choose not to kill, or won't bring himself to kill no matter how bad the person is. So possibly this will show us like maybe it was this moment that helped make him into the obsessed like badass that we all have seen up to this point. What this could mean for the DC Extended Universe is, I guess, depending on how everything goes with the movie, if it's a success and if everybody loves Jared Leto's portrayal, is that we could see him again in the DC Extended Universe. Obviously, we won't see him in The Batman since that takes place in a different universe, but at least we would probably see him in maybe the next like standalone or team up movie in the DC Extended Universe. I mean, they did say that Joker is supposed to get his own movie, but we have yet to see any more information about that. But my biggest expectation for Jared Leto's Joker is that we see Joker use his iconic weapons, like his flower that squirts out acid or joy buzzard that literally shocks you to death. Because every version of Joker live action, that is from 1989 Batman to now, have not used any of his iconic weapons. I mean, sure, Heath Ledger's Joker is supposed to be like a more realistic style of Joker, but still, would have been nice to have like some kind of reference to it, or Easter egg. So yeah, I mean, if the Lego toy is any indication, we'll probably see some of Joker's weapons, which, as a big comic book fan, I'd love to see that, especially since that's like one of the things Joker's known for, since he's the opposite to Batman. I mean, they both don't have powers, but they use like a bunch of cutting-edge weapons that at first glance don't look like much, but underestimating them would be a fatal mistake. One last thing for where we end this is that currently Amber Heard, Ben Affleck, and Ray Fisher have all now begun reshots of the movie. So all the scenes we've seen in Justice League are now officially going to be redone or erased, which means that we may see like even more footage of each character, not just what we've seen of them. I mean, the trailer already shown that, but for Mara at least, we get to see more of her, and we might see King Orm, maybe a little bit of Atlantis. That'd be cool, because with reshots of Ben Affleck, maybe we will see some flashbacks of what happened to Robin with Joker. This has been the DCEU podcast, man. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Please tell all your friends. Thank you and goodbye.